Hey guys, there we go. Got the mic working. So, how we doing? We're gonna rock some midweek historic popper. I already played it, and went surprisingly well. I have my mono white popper deck here that I've had for a while, and pretty much rocked out 3 wins straight away. Um, I don't know if you'd call it a fun format. It's definitely a quick format for popper. So yeah, let's go ahead and just run a match or two real quick. I won't make this long. And then we'll go through a deck tech on what I'm playing to kind of help you guys get through the midweek popper, get your rewards, and all that good jazz. So the mono white popper deck is a weenie deck, as you can see, with lots of creatures that just draw cards and pump other creatures. Um, the biggest drawback to this deck is the fact almost everything has one toughness. So some decks can prey on that, and if you run across those decks, probably like this one cause it's red, you're just SOL. Um, but regardless, you do what you can. Um, so I think we're gonna go ahead and play this. It's probably gonna get killed, but next turn we can play this and then this. The big thing against mono red is probably just gaining you some life. Oh, it's red blue. This may be a little spicy, so it might be a little harder than normal. Yeah, I know. Kill it. It's fine. You can kill it. I mean, you don't have to kill it. Then I'm just gonna swing it at you. Uh, because you have this here. It not only is it a 2/3 for 4, which is pretty sweet. It becomes indestructible for 2 mana, which is really good. Not gonna lie, because it can just null and void a lot of things. I'm going to swing back. You might as well kill it. Okay, don't kill it. I'll swing. If he takes the damage, I'll play my other cards because I don't care. All right, that's fine. Um, because I want to draw as much as possible. Maybe he's gonna counterspell this. Maybe he doesn't know what's going on. I don't. All right, we'll play this so we can draw a card. If he counterspells this, I mean, it's a good thing because I can't draw a card, but I mean, probably not the best thing to counterspell because I have serious ground advantage right now, and I'm going to be drawing a card because this costs 4 mana, and after I swing, it's going to cost 2. See, that's what I mean by the one toughness. Even though my stuff is bigger power, um, it will die just as easy. So if I get a land off the top, it's probably the ideal situation because then I can Hippogriff plus play this to draw a card to keep my guys alive. Oh, it's a ninjutsu deck. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, see, that's perfect right there. Um, because I'm okay with him trying to kill both these guys. Okay, he's gonna take the damage. I'm good with that too. Because that means I'm gonna lay this guy. I'm gonna gain a life, which will make this guy 3/2. Gain another life. Draw a card. So now it's pretty much just a creature beat fest, which is pretty much what Pauper is. Because to be fair, if he swings with anything, this is blocking this, and this will block that. And if he has extra damage to do something, I honestly don't care. He'll still have 2 creatures, plus he'll have this. Yeah, that's fine. He probably has an ninjutsu guy. Yeah, so we're not gonna let you draw cards anymore. That's fine. The reason I did that is this has 2 toughness, so I want to make sure that I keep something that's big enough to not die when it swings. A very interesting deck. we have this again. So um, can't do it all, so we'll gain 2 life, or gain a life. Then we'll proceed with the beats to try to destroy all his stuff. Obviously, the hippogriff is going to save something. I'm honestly okay with everything dying because this becomes a flyer. Okay, since he's only going to try to kill one thing, I'm going to try to save this because I got nothing else to do. Because he can stop me from saving that, but it means he can't draw off his courier. So yeah, he wants to draw off his carrier. So 1 mana spell would be ideal. A little short on mountains over there. Here's a mountain. Yeah, so we're gonna kill this thing. We don't want him putting pluses on anything. Because like I said, our toughness is pretty low, so if he gets a big enough creature, he can really stalemate us. Yeah, cool story. What we'll do first is we'll swing, and we'll see if he blocks. Okay, I didn't think he would. So we'll lay this as a 2/3, or actually a 3/3. Forgot to cast that last turn. We'll gain a life, keep us on a higher life total than him. He's at 2. He can't swing. He'll die unless he has butt tons of removal. He can make lots of blockers and tap my permanents, but I mean it is what it is. Because next turn, doesn't matter how much damage he does, we're going to gain 2 life because when this comes into play, which is going to make it very hard for him to keep up. I mean, honestly, we've gained 1, 2, 3. One of these came first, so 4, 5. We've gained 6 life, so we'd be at 9. We'd still be winning, but because we're 6 points more than that against these kind of small decks like this, it's really hard for us to not have an overwhelming advantage. He's going to make another blocker, which is going to have to block. The sad story for him is because I have the hippogriff, I could bounce something into the air. Which will be my 3/2 because I don't want to have something easily get killed. That's really cool. Yeah, so I mean, we're just gonna make all our creatures gain some life. Try to keep it more out of reach. Because now we're getting to the point where he can't really come back unless he board wipes. If he board wipes, he's getting rid of all his stuff as well. So let's see here. I don't want this to die. So we'll go this. We'll make this fly. And obviously, he has to block everything. So he's gonna have to. He'll only have 5 damage left to come back across, and I have blockers. That's fine. If I had put it in the air, it would have blocked and killed my guy. The 3-2 being in the air means I can take out both his guys, but he can't double block because he'll be killed if he does. So unless he's got some kind of trick, yeah, he doesn't have a trick. So this is all fine and dandy. I'll still have 2 air creatures next turn unless he does some kind of shenanigans. He will get a chance to use this to scry 2, draw and discard. He has a chance to cycle there as well. Plus, he can make this thing, which I will block and force him to draw a card with it before killing my guy. Pauper's really about damage management. That's fine. Yeah, anything he attacks with, I'm just blocking. Just out of principle. That way, if he does have some kind of ninjutsu trick, he'll have to use it on this one guy, which won't help him. So it really doesn't matter. So we'll use this. So, yeah, he was going to sacrifice it anyway, so it doesn't matter. And that's probably the game, unless he's got some kind of weird trick up his sleeve. I mean, he still gets to scry 2, draw, and draw a card. He might find something. It's going to have to be something that deals damage. And even if it is something that only deals 1 damage to not kill his stuff, he still dies from the flyers I got. So whatever it does, it has to kill everything on the board, basically. That's not it. I mean, he can cycle it. He can cycle something and look for removal spells. What are you looking for, maybe? But even then, that's not good enough because he needs 2 flyers to block. Yeah, and then we're just going to cast a bunch of dudes, draw cards, gain life before we swing. Yeah, the writing's on the wall. I don't even know why he waited. I don't know what he thought he could do, but there you have it. That's how the Pauper uh, midweek Pauper challenge can be ran down. Now with that saying, this deck does lose, but today it's running pretty well. Um, like I said, that's the 4th win in a row. So we'll run it back again. We'll see what else we come up against. This is a real good one because we can play this and then this. If we don't draw anything, we can play this to make this a 2-2. If we get a land, we can play this to make a 3-1 flyer, depending on what he's doing. Alright, so he's playing the same kind of deck. Oh god, look at that. So next turn, we're probably just going to do this and then this, gain 2 life, and get shenanigans going. Is that black? Is he a black-white deck? Alright, this might be kind of hard for me. Black-white decks can be tricky because of the cards they play. That thing's going to be an issue. Hey, there we go. And get the flyer on the field, put a stop to the silliness. That's not too bad. Hopefully he can't kill it. He probably can though. That will help. No reason to attack. That's fine. Well, clearly going to kill this thing. Not really what I wanted to see, but it is good enough for me to swing in to make this a 1 mana 2/2 that I can draw a card off of. I kind of hope he doesn't block because I'd like to draw a card and have this open so I don't have to do this. Sweet, he didn't block. So put this into play. Sweet, found the land. Now I wait for him to swing so I can kill the unicorn because that thing's got to go. That's fine. Whoever's on top of his deck, he likes it. Yep. Let's get rid of this thing. It's a menace. Yeah, he obviously didn't like that. So, all right, we have the mana to give everything +1/+1 and swing, but I don't think that's what I want to do because I want to cast more creatures first. So I think I just want to go in and try to trick him into blocking. If he doesn't block, that's fine as well. Um, I have a feeling he probably is going to. He does not. Interesting. Okay, and with that being said, we'll play this because it's big enough to stop all of his assault. Gain us a couple life. You gain life, opponent loses life. That's fine. At least he doesn't have that fucking hawk on the battlefield anymore. Yeah, so here's where I'm probably just going to start pumping this Steadfast Unicorn and going ham. Or maybe not. That, and then there's that. We'll do this, give everything flying. See if he feels like blocking. If he doesn't, we're probably just going to play the Flaming Fist Dust Guard. Okay. Gain some extra life again. This is pretty much a battle of attrition with both having life gain. Just luckily for him, he has this. Which if I get an extra mana, he won't have this because I will use this as 6 mana and get rid of that thing. Yeah, sure, I'll take 4, whatever. Yeah, I've got to kill this. I can't waste this. Come on, dude. What's that thing do? Put two counters. Okay, so that'll help. That'll be a blocker. It gave me 2 life. Draw a card. Well, 3 life, I guess. Well, no, 2 life because of all this stuff shenanigans. And we'll do this. Get this guy indestructible. Keep him around. The real reason I did that is because I got to get rid of that marauding blight priest. So I need to. I've got the land now, so next turn I can get rid of the priest and really go ham on a swing. I really need to do it now, because now he's got 2 of them damn things. Oh my god, people, quit! What are you doing to me? All right. So need to block. Ooh, a hippogriff too. So maybe this time I make an extra hippogriff, gain my life, and swing again. Pretty much gets me net even, but it allows me to attack and have a blocker, so I stop losing life to at least that part of it. He's drawn a lot of land. Well, I've got 6 too, I guess, but I have more draw spells than he has. He's had 2 draw spells. I've had 1, 2, 3. I guess it's about even. I may have to kill the Sprawling Overseer if he puts +1/+1 counters on it. Just don't think I can take that much damage. I mean, I guess I could block and just not care and use this to save my guy. Yes, math is hard. Because next turn I can attack, I can put 4 things in the air. Which may just flat out kill him if he doesn't have something. This is only a sorcery. Oh, that sucks. At least he can only play one of them. Yeah, I'm going to take another 2 from that. This just got complicated. Oh, please. Please do. Alright, my turn. This activates for 5, which means I can still have this. But he's going to gain a buttload of life, which will probably kill me. Man. If I kill that, he'll gain 2 life. I'll take 2 damage. So I really think right now I just need to get rid of one of these. Swing with one of these, this. I think I'm still dead if he's got 2 creatures. I think 1 creature might kill me. See, and this is what Pauper is. It's just an attrition match. If I had a way to kill this sooner, I do have 1 mana kill spells. Oh, that gains a life too. I forgot about that. That's 3. That's enough to kill me. Yep. Should have just conceded. So that's one of the decks that I can't beat with the mono white. But the problem with that deck is it loses to other decks. Like, as much as people like to play that deck, it doesn't bode well against other decks because other decks are full of a lot of removal and creatures. Um, and also, as you saw, I went through a lot of cards, and I didn't get any of my removal spells other than 1 out of, I think there's 12 in the deck. So he got real lucky. Um, I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but it's the truth. So, all right, we got lucky. We've drawn a 3rd land. Now we can go straight into all this nonsense. Red green, huh? This will be interesting. 4-1. That's fine. See, there's the removal spell I was telling you about. Um, we'll go ahead and swing and see if he takes the bait. If he doesn't, it's whatever. If he does, kudos. So that's cool. We can do this so our guy lives. And we'll just hold off a turn. You play something else that's got 1 toughness, we can humiliate it. I mean, that's fine. Perfectly okay with that. Okay, so to optimize mana, we'll play this turn and make it a 3/3. I'm sure he has a damage spell like that to remove it. Like I said, like against a deck like this, that black-white deck you just saw would be devastated because there's not enough draw spells. See, here's another, kill your thing. That's just what this deck does. And that's fine, but because I have all these extra draw cards, it's different for me. Now this time, um, I'm going to use this card so I can save it with this card. There we go. Because he's going to have another removal spell probably. He's probably going to kill this. If he doesn't, it's whatever. That's fine as well. Because I can swing and then lay my captain. Wow, lands for days. I won't lay my captain. I'll uh, I'll lay this guy. Which if I'd attacked first, it'd been half a dozen 160 the other. So then I'll swing. Right, and then so we'll wait to see what happens before we do any of that stuff. Um, we'll go ahead and lay another captain on the off chance he doesn't play anything, because I don't feel threatened by that right now. And the more creatures you have, the more damage this does. So like next turn, I can attack, lay the captain, kill something, and I'm also perfectly fine with trading with this. Yeah, that thing's perfectly fine. Because I can do this. I can attack with this. I can lay this. And then I'm done. If he wants to come over, I can just kill it with this, leave me two more removal spells. So like these are spells I didn't see against the other deck, which have been devastating for it. Yeah, the cool story. Kill the attacking creature, unless you got something going on. And if he does have indestructible, then I don't have to block it. So, and he doesn't, so it's fine. He probably has another big nappy green thing, i.e. that. So another land. So this time I'll swing again, see if he bites, so I can hippogriff it. Yep. Save my guy. Yeah, so apparently he's not liking what he saw. And after that, I lay the hippogriff. That gives me 5 creatures. This now does 5 damage, which kills anything on the playfield. Um, yeah, pretty rough for them to try to get past all that. So so we've actually seen 2 different decks so far, so that's kind of cool. We'll keep playing. We've seen the blue deck. We've seen 3 different decks. We've seen the blue deck. We've seen the white-black deck, which is really hard for me to beat because it has life gain. Um, and then we've seen a red-green deck. So those are 3 different decks that we've seen. The only thing I didn't see last time I played, when I got my 3 wins, was there was a mono blue deck, there was a blue red deck, and we had a mirror match against our deck, which we managed to pull off a win with. This is cool. We got a 1, a 2, which will give us a couple draws to find that third land to get this chain going. So this is sweet. Steadfast Unicorn is probably the hero of the deck, so you probably don't want to get it killed if you can help it, just because of the mana sneak ability later in the game. Yep. So here we have the. There's the land we needed. So I'm not going to swing. Um, I would probably double block here. If he wants to chill the unicorn to kill my other guy, I'm fine with that because he can kill the unicorn regardless. Prowess, alright, that's going to be an issue. Alright, so that helps. Um, so let's try to find a land and make things big. Another hippogriff. Alright, no attacks, no reason to. So if he swings, I'm probably going to take it unless I kill this goblin blast runner. Man, he's got a lot of those things. Um, ugh. So let's lay another one. Hope we can find a land with this one. Really need to find a land. That's not a land, nor is it an attack spell. Alright, no attacks. It's like we're going to have to get into nappy creature combat, which he's going to win due to prowess. Yep, here we go. That sucks. So this is the mono red deck that does its thing. Luckily, as long as he doesn't cast anything else, I can double block to kill something. That's not good. So we won't double block, but we will kill. We will kill this. Oh, it's got menace. Well, I've got to do something. He can sacrifice something next turn to do the exact same thing to this. I don't care about that. I think we take it this time. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Because now we can do this. There we go. We can gain some life. So here's a good chance for us to try to go gill pump in. Because I honestly don't care if these guys die blocking this. That thing's going to be an issue. So I'm not going to block again, but this time we're going to just kill this guy outright. Put a stop to these shenanigans. Okay, now we'll block because it'll save us a lot of damage. Alright, this is really cool because now we can do this, gain life, keep them back as blockers, use our flyers for other things. That life gain guy is really going to help. Yeah, that's fine. If he comes across this time, we'll double block with our priests. That way, even if he prowesses, stuff still doesn't die. Yeah, double block with our priests. Give one indestructible. Okay, so we're at 1, so thank God we have all these shenanigans going on here. That only puts me at 3 life. That may not be enough. So I need to swing to do damage, but I can only swing with 1 because I can't afford to let every... Well, if he has a shock, I die, so I can only swing with 1 guy. And then next turn, I can do this and this, and hopefully seal it up. If I only had 1 more creature to cast, I would be a lot safer, to be honest. 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalkers they control. Yeah, so this is going to kill me in a lot of different ways. And that's the danger of the red deck I told you about and how you lose. They play those main, and there's just no way to win past that. You have to have your life gain early to get past that. So be aware of that playing against the red decks. As you saw, I was just a little short on land to come out with. I mean, I guess I could have played my Griffin, but even then, it only blocks 1 thing, and I can't save my other creature. So that's a downfall to that. Just really sucked that I got so hamstring early off in the game. So this is a pretty good hand. 1, 2, 3. If I get a land, it's 1, 2, 3. Opponent goes first. That's going to be a little rough on me. Going first makes a big difference in this format. It will help me get to my 3rd land, but since everything is so small and it's just a creature race, going first can really make a difference. Well, yes, hello. Blue-black, you say. Interesting. There's the land I needed, so that's cool. So we will go this route. Counterspell. Counterspell. Fine. Alright, punch you in the face with this. So this turn, I'll probably put the Search Captain out if I get a chance to attack, just because 1 mana is not going to do anything for me, so I want to be mana efficient. I got to attack, sweet. Play this guy to draw my card. Counterspell. I don't think twice, whatever. Seagate Oracle. That is a big blocker. That's the good thing about having unicorns. Like a 1/1 creature, this is just going to snipe off. But since everything is bigger than that, it can't snipe it off. So I think what we're going to do here is just try to flood the battlefield. Mainly with creatures that I know can't be killed when they attack. Yep, Old Drifter. Cool story. Alrighty. So again, I can't attack with creatures that can be killed. Um, I mean, first things first, we can just do this, try to find a land. Nice. Well, first, let's see what happens when I swing. And another reason to do that is because I can make all my stuff big because of that. Um, and since that happened, I can save my guy. I gotta keep as much threats on the field as I can. I can lay this guy then. And since this takes 5 mana, I can activate it, and then everything becomes 2/2s, and it doesn't matter how he blocks. All my stuff's gonna be huge. So again with that, yeah, I really think I need to just do this and just go ham, let him kill whatever he wants to kill. One more turn of that should be enough to kill him if he doesn't make something. Seagate Oracle's fine. He's got a lot of land and stuff going on over there. I wonder what he's doing. I mean, I don't see why not do this again. Run it back. Swing. That's fine. That doesn't kill it, but okay. Well, these Seagate Oracles get out of hand. Jesus. Did you roll 4 of them in his top 20 cards? That must be nice. So now nobody's getting through, so now I gotta cast other stuff. Which is fine. It just means the Griffin has to come down along with some other stuff. Come on, little fella, you can do it. You can make the decision to pass the turn. Or you can swing and let me kill you. Like I'm down with that too. Because if you swing with those two guys, you're taking 4 damage. Can we start the timer? Come on now. There we go. I know he's there as he's tapping his dog. He's seen it moving. So he's not fooling anybody. I know he's there. Yeah, if you guys didn't notice, his dog over here moved and did a little trick dance. They only do that when your opponents tap him. Like if I tap my guy, it does a thing, right? So he's gonna do his thing now. So I know he's there. He's just waiting. Why he's waiting, I don't know, other than just be a butthole. I don't know. Land off the top would be nice. So he just concedes. Ugh. Alrighty, whatever. Yeah, I guess it is what it is. But hey, we got to win out of it, right? Eh. Not like I'm getting anything for it. But anyway, so there you have it, guys. There's some pauper and some pauper decks to play against. How to play against them. Yeah, got a card, I guess. Um, it's a fun format. I would suggest giving it a try. It is free. If you can win, you do get 2 cards, plus you get a cosmetic. So the midweek stuff I try to do as long as it's something relatively easy and things I've done before, like play pauper or whatever. Oh yeah, deck tech. I wanted to show you everything in the deck. My bad. All right, edit deck. So as you can see, the deck's pretty short. I mean, you're running 20 planes, so you got to be careful with how what kind of lands you keep in your opening hand. You got 3/1 drops. You have your Steadfast Unicorn. As you saw, it's a perfect 1/2 for 1, which can't be killed unless you let it get killed, honestly. And 5 mana sink makes your whole team huge, plus gives vigilance. It's amazing. You can only activate it once a turn. So you know, I have activated this more than once a turn because I've had 2 unicorns on the field and my field was so huge. Needless to say, I did win that match, but it was it was interesting. We'll say that because we should never got to that point. Anyhow, Lunarch Veteran. This is a great card because A, it gives you life to hold off the red decks as long as possible. It helps you win races. And it comes back as a 1/1 flyer, which flying is a premium in Pauper for the most part. Um, and again, life link. Patriarch's Humiliation. This is the best removal spell probably in all of Pauper, in my opinion. I know there's probably other stuff, Lightning Bolt, whatever. And this does have its drawbacks. But not only is it a great removal spell, because it can do as much to 5 or 6 damage depending on how many creatures you have on the battlefield, but it shuts off creature abilities. If I'd have drew this against the cleric that when they gain a life I lose a life, even if I didn't have enough creatures on the battlefield, I could hit it with this and turn it into a vanilla 3/2 that had no abilities, which probably would have won me the game. But to be fair, if I'd have hit this during that game, it would have killed the cleric because I had a battlefield. But point being, if you need it to do that and shut off a big creature that has some dumb ability, you can do that. So there's lots of purposes for this, and it's really cool. I like it. Obviously, Forest Retribution, you see me play this. This is great for when your opponent has, like you saw with the Unicorn, once you make something that's like a 8/7 or 7/6, this deck's really hard to deal with it. So what you do, you wait for them to swing with it, and you kill it. And if they won't swing with it, you will get to 6 mana eventually, as you saw, and just kill it. So, great removal card. Those are the 8 removal spells that are currently in the deck. Flame Fist, it's technically a removal spell. It is 1 toughness. It does pump creatures, which is great as well. But a 3/1 will kill damn near anything. Um, but again, because it's so thin on the backside, it will die to anything. So just be careful when you swing with it and what you block. Spirited Companion, the third 2-cost spell. I mean, 1/1 draw a card. This is what this deck needs is just draw cards and draw lots of them. Because that's how you get to your planes and get all your shenanigans going. Same here, Inspiring Overseer, 1 extra mana. It's a 2/1. It flies. You gain a life and draw a card. Probably better than Spirited Companion in the long grand scheme of things. But is 3 mana, so it doesn't fight the companion for the same spot. But even if it was 2 mana, didn't fly or was a 1/1 or whatever, probably still play it because the whole point is to draw through your deck and gain life, stay alive to kill. But flying's a big thing here. Priest of Ancient Lore, same card we just looked at, except it doesn't fly. But again, gaining life and drawing a card is just ham. It just doesn't get any better. And those are the 8 3-drops. You have 8 4-drops. The first one being the Blessed Hippogriff, which is a 2/3 flyer, which is really ham to get past creatures. Like I said, flying's real premium in pauper, so you can jump your guys in the air. Not to mention this thing flies. Plus the extra ability for 2 mana to make your guys indestructible can buy you time and make this a removal spell basically by trading off with other creatures. By killing another creature by using this to block with one of your creatures. So just be careful how you do that though. Um, and the final card that costs 4 mana, Search Party Captain, which almost never costs 4 mana. Because as you saw, when you attack with creatures, it costs 1 less to cast for every creature that attacked. I can't tell you the number of times I played this thing for 1. Um, and there's nothing feels more broken than for 1 white making a 2/2 and drawing a card. I mean, good God, it's just wow. Um, yeah, and there you have it. So that's the whole deck. It's actually relatively simple. I haven't revamped it in a while, so I haven't looked at any of the new commons that have come out to see if there's anything else that might uh, fit in the deck per se. Because I wouldn't even know what to take out. Like all this stuff is really necessary. The veteran might not be necessary, but the life gain just does a thing. Plus, it gives you an extra creature. So, I mean, even if I was to thumb through the rest of these one white mana cards, this only happens once, and it's a 2/2. I honestly don't care. Um, I mean, this is kind of cool. It's toxic one, but then again, you got to get through. And as you saw, this is a creature heavy environment, um, so it can be difficult. Um, let's see here. I mean, Fairy Godmother's okay, but it costs a little too much. Garrison Cat's okay, but it doesn't scale well, if that's even a term. Anyway, you saw the Healer Hawk be good, but that's on a deck based off of Lifelink, so you don't want to put that in there unless you're running the Unicorn. You could put the Unicorn in this deck. I just don't. I mean, maybe it belongs to the deck, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Um, let's see here. Nothing else is really coming to mind. You'd think the Sentry would be good, but getting to 10 permanents can be a struggle sometimes. Um, yeah, just not a whole lot. I mean, Thraben Inspector is fine for a 1/2 to let you draw, but other than that, it doesn't really do anything. Like the Unicorn and the Patriarch and all those guys have other abilities. So, and you'd rather be, instead of paying to draw spells, you'd rather be drawing spells when you make your creature. So, I mean, Angelic Gift could be okay. It just gives flying and draws a card, but it requires a creature. And believe me, that can be harder than it seems sometimes. Um, yeah, not a whole lot of other stuff going on here. Yeah, because now we're into 2 mana spells, and that's a whole different kind of story to talk about. Um, the only thing I could think of that might be good is the spell from Strixhaven that lets you give a creature +1/+0, and if it dies, you make a 3/2. That could be powerful, but again, requires a creature. So, I mean, if you get stuck in your hand, it may not be the best thing to be going on, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. Hobbit Sting is okay, but again, you get the same effect out of the Patriarch. Um, and if you don't have enough creatures, it can be a problem. Yeah, but if you guys maybe find anything else you think might update this white deck, feel free to hit me up, leave a comment, whatever you want to do. Um, check me out over on my YouTube, Capnclydes MTG. We just where we do the things. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm gonna jump off here. It's about that time to play some Diablo after I actually do some work, which feels like is what I always do. But is it work if you enjoy it? Yeah. Anyway, until next time, guys, be kind, and hope to see you across from the game table.